You ever notice how the news lately doesn't just feel like news anymore? It feels strange. Like every week there's something so unusual, you gotta sit back and ask yourself, what in the world is going on? Let me give you a few examples. So first, there was this government hearing that dropped footage of a US military drone firing a missile at some glowing object over the ocean. Now, normally you fire a missile, that thing blows up. But this time, the missile hit it and just bounced off. Like nothing. The UFO kept glowing, kept moving, like it didn't even notice. That's not normal. That's not just science fiction anymore. That's our reality. And then there's this other story out of Oregon. A family kept hearing noises under their house, thinking maybe it's just rats or pipes. Turns out a full-grown man was living under their floorboards. He had a mattress, lights, even electronics down there. That's called frogging, when someone secretly lives in your house without you knowing. I don't know about you, but that's creepy on another level. It makes you wonder how many people are going through life and have no idea what's happening right under their feet. And if that wasn't enough, during the meteor shower last month, people all over the US saw a spiral of light just sitting in the night sky for almost 10 minutes. At first, people thought it was aliens. Then scientists said, oh, that's just rocket fuel crystals spinning in space. But let's be real. Even if there's a technical explanation, that's still a sign in the heavens that stops people in their tracks. Imagine looking up with your family and seeing a glowing spiral twisting in the stars. You wouldn't just shrug that off. So here's the question. Why are so many strange things happening back to back? UFOs, weird people in homes, spirals in the sky, not to mention all the disasters this year. Floods, wildfires, storms. It feels like something bigger is happening. And the Bible already gave us a heads up. Jesus said in Luke 21 verse 11, there will be great earthquakes, famines, and pestilences in various places, and fearful events and great signs from heaven. Think about that. Fearful events, signs from heaven. That's not just earthquakes and wars. That's also things that make the world stop and scratch their heads. Things that look supernatural or unexplainable. Then in Amos 3 verse 7 it says, surely the sovereign Lord does nothing without revealing his plan to his servants the prophets. In other words, God doesn't just let stuff happen randomly. He gives warnings, he shows signs, he shakes things up so people pay attention. So maybe these strange events aren't random. Maybe they're warnings, wake-up calls. Like God saying, hey, don't get too comfortable. Bigger things are coming. Now I know some people will say, man, it's just science. It's just coincidence. It's just 2025 being a tough year. But think about it. How many times do you have to see weird things before you stop saying it's random? How many spirals in the sky? How many disasters? How many UFOs that military weapons can't touch? Before you say, okay, maybe something spiritual is going on here. And here's the real point. The Bible never told us to be afraid of signs. It told us to watch for them, to stay awake, to be ready. So when I see this kind of stuff, it doesn't make me panic. It makes me pray. It makes me check my heart. It makes me want to be closer to God, because if something big is coming, and I believe it is, I don't want to be caught sleeping. So yeah, strange things are happening right now in America. Really strange things. And maybe the bigger picture is this. God is reminding us that this world isn't as stable as we think. The sky can change in an instant. The ground can shake. Things can appear out of nowhere. And the question we should be asking isn't, why is this happening? But am I ready for what's coming next? Because one day, the biggest sign of all will be Jesus coming back. And all these smaller signs, they're just pointing us to get ready for that. So don't just scroll past the headlines. Pay attention. Pray. And remember, God said it first. Strange signs, strange events. All of it's meant to remind us that something bigger is on the horizon.